Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It is it is Monday, 4 p.m. June 6, 2016. Now we are starting an hour late because there was a power outage. I don't know what happened. I was about to, at 2 o'clock, all of a sudden I heard this really loud noise. After I just posted that I was about to stream later, there was this like very loud noise outside, and then the power went out and the whole neighborhood, and then there were like sirens going on for about 2 hours. But hey, super 557, ça va bien et tout? Yes, Jacket, hey, welcome everybody. Yeah, so I am back in Chicago after being away at in New York City for Kill Screen Festival, and I'll talk a little bit about that, but first let me go ahead and just post on Twitter, let everyone now know that we are now live. Grab a screenshot, but how are you guys doing? How's everyone? Quoi de nous? Hey, Garrett. Yes, we are now live. Let me turn down the AC, by the way. It's quite warm. Oh! Before I continue, I want to show you guys my mystery garden has bloomed. It turns out, so I got these seeds about 2 months ago, and I didn't know what I was growing, and now I finally learned that I'm growing petunias. Somebody described it as a metaphor for how the game has blossomed, and that is very, very kind. Yeah, I don't know what happened, man, because it's not raining or anything, but anyway. So first of all, what I want to do, I had them for 4 months. MDR, cool. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to show you guys kind of these new tools that Tom has set up. And I'm a little bit rough. Like, I was planning to kind of do some stuff earlier today, but because of the power outage, I haven't gotten a chance to do anything. I was working on, I've been cutting together the video, the third development update video, and I had it all complete, and then the power went out, and I was exporting it, and the power went out, and I lost kind of the second half of that, so. And goodbye, Mr. A, hello. What is that new alliance mark you've got on your name? Very cool. So, let's talk about some of these new tools. Oh, and first I do need to push something to Tom. Let's see, it's the buildings. Give me 1 second. Let me just, I gotta check in something for Tom so that he can use portal. Just build. I have no idea. I think it's to do with World of Warcraft. Hey, Bryce Sova, hello. And Zophor, quelle heure est-il maintenant? New York est 17 heures. Ici c'est 16. No, I think it's the World of Warcraft movie. I just chose it based on the look of it. Oh, very cool. Oh, I see. Ah, looks like Zophar's got the same thing. Okay, so this is the new, we were talking about the new development update. So I'm really digging this console because, So I just noticed that when you do the debug console, the pause menu screen comes up in the background. But so we have new help, and we have so show player, and this has autocomplete, which is very nice. But you can see what this does. Tom set it up so I can kind of see when okay, player collider has been disabled. And I can kind of fly around, and all this stuff is showing me exactly where I think the problem is. Because what I'm trying to do is we have this one bug where the player controller freezes and it doesn't turn left or right. We can also do stuff. So right now the show carry method window is broken. That should be showing me stuff, but it isn't. And finally toggle, then this has the command history, which is very, very useful. So yeah, let's see what I can do today. Hey, Jernicus! Hello, welcome. Welcome. I've actually met Jernicus in person this weekend in New York. And, yeah, we were both attending Killscreen Fest. Yeah, so we're trying to think of what else we can do to the, for the background. but I think what we should be doing today is going ahead and start putting together a build of the game. And I want to run through the PS4 version a few times and just kind of talk about, like, hey, Jernicus, what do you think is your biggest takeaway from Kill Screen Fest? Like, it was very interesting because the way it's set up was they have multiple panels, and you know, these are currently the videos that sun goes away and then it gets too bright. But these were different speakers, so they had these different panels, and they would have one person from the Games World and one person not from Games World. So this was forget this person's name, but this was Joe Russ, who's working on this game called Jenny LeClue. It's like this girl detective point-and-click adventure, and she was a writer on a couple of Nancy Drew novels. And it was just very interesting to see how much intersection games have with other mediums. I think there was one. Oh, this is a really cool picture. So this is Rand and Robin Miller of the guys that made Myst, and this was not about kind of the other. They weren't kind of paired with someone else. They were just sort of talking with Jamin, but about kind of how they got started with Myst. And what was very interesting was at that stage, they didn't really think of themselves as game designers, but as world builders. And I actually asked Rand Miller, like at the end of the day, I finally got to talk to them, and I was like, I asked them if they had played The Witness yet, and unfortunately they haven't had the time. But yeah, and actually what was really cool, so I was talking with this architect, Jing Liu, of this company Soil, S-O-I-L, and I talked about how, like, one of the things I talked about, we were talking about the differences between architecture in the physical world and architecture in the digital world. And one of the things that was brought up is, like, and this is an example I give a lot, which is about with Windows. Because in Windows, so for example, I've got these windows behind me that are south facing. No, they face west. Right, so that means the afternoon, my apartment is really, really warm. You know, and so there's kind of all these concerns about orientation and, like, you know, there's a train behind me, so it's kind of a cool view, but it also means, like, I don't see anybody walking, but there was a train noise, but then there's no, like, drunk people wandering around. But in games, you don't quite have that same concern. Instead, a window in a game is a barrier that you can't get through physically, but that you can see the other side of, right? So how is that different than a wall, right? Since we're not worrying about lighting, orientation, or views, well, there's views as well, but the idea is that it's a wall that lets you see to the other side, so you can use that as a way to tease players and foreshadow stuff. And it was really cool that Rand Miller was like, dude, I love the point that you made about that. And which is kind of really neat. I was like, dude, you guys made Myst, which in a lot of ways, Manifold Garden is a descendant of, right? That's sort of the first-person exploration puzzle game. Hey, Frostcoin, welcome. Yes, came back from New York City. Was in Kill Screen Festival. Yeah, it was a really good event. I kind of wish it was maybe. I would have liked it to be like 3 days. 2 days. Yeah, so the interesting thing was I think a lot of the panels had like Jamin wanted to do a call kind of before the event started, so I did do a call that with like both of us. But hey, Set Fen and Ed Rio for hello. And we were trying to schedule something, but Jing was traveling so much that we didn't get to do a conversation with all three of us talking. So it was like, I think Jamin and I talked, and then he and Jing talked on their own. So I was a little bit nervous because it was like we hadn't met each other until about an hour before the event. Whereas you could kind of tell maybe some of the other ones, they were able to take the time to learn about the other's work, right? I think the first one was Hellscape, and it was this kiddie horror show who made the game Anatomy, and this theater director and Major Idea, hello, called this show called Sleep No More. It's like this interactive show. It's really cool. It's like this interactive theater piece in this building, and it's been sold out every night for like 10 years. And what's really cool is like I think you can like move around and the actors are carrying out a story, but there was this one thing where he said there are 16 secret rooms in the building, and the only way to get into it is you have to like, I think you have to like say the right secret word to one of the actors who will then let you in for 10 minutes. Sleep No More. Yeah, if you were in New York, I wish I had stayed in New York a few more days, but it would have been nice to. But it was just a little bit exhausting because it was like at one point. The theater got quite warm. The venue, and I was like at 3 p.m. But yeah, so I was a little bit nervous because I didn't have anything prepared. But I think the conversation ended up working out well, and it was interesting to see, to kind of discover on stage that there were a lot of similarities. Okay, let's try to connect these two. So, talk to Theater Sleep No More that have game-like secrets like that. Yeah, I mean, I really want to. I don't. I kind of wish it was the show, the event. You know, I was there for a few more days. Favorite discussion about it was how it feels a bit like being a ghost. Oh, right, yeah. So that was, the ghost was a big part. You were supposed to be a ghost. Because you weren't, he was like, yeah, you don't need to, you're not supposed to actually go up and you know, it's not this improv show. But yeah. So I think today's stream, I will still end it at 5. I know sometimes I go a little bit longer, but that's because I need to finish editing up that video, and we need to get a build ready. But yeah, the having the thing change was rather frustrating for me. The power outage, I lost all that work. But such is life. Portal to World 041. So yeah, the coolest. Oh yeah, and the badges are the coolest things. Yes, you reminded me. I gotta. So like, look, it's a lenticular. So there's like a few. You can kind of see that there's like kind of they can turn gifts into badges. So it was custom made, a different one for every person. And I was like, you know what? I would like to make these to give out at shows, but it turns out they're like $12 a piece. So. Yes, digging the shoes. What shoes? Ah, oh, thank you. Yes. Hey, Jernicus. By the way, I wanted to ask you: can I use this in my video? Because I was actually like, you can see I've got these different shots but I took them on my iPhone, and I don't actually have one of myself and Jing, and that would actually be awesome. And I can put a little, you know, let me know if I can credit you at the bottom of the video, just like image courtesy of Jernicus, or however you'd like it. Yes, I am. Those are nice shoes. Oh shit, is this your game? Wow, this looks really, really cool. This is cool because I'm actually a huge fan of Venice. I'm already like kind of digging it. It reminds me a bit of Blendo Games. Brandon Chung's art style, like very simplified. Yeah, I like that. Bryce Sova. By the way, I think, Bryce, this is the first time I am seeing you here in the chat. So, hello. Mix between Chinese citizen. Yeah, I kind of, yeah, that was, it was like a mix of those, but I just mean like I'm a big fan of kind of water cities with a lot of water in it. Matthew Vandevander, welcome. I got power back. Yes, Flincy, I saw your chat. I couldn't check it until, I don't know what happened. Like, I posted, and hey, Puppeteer Rex, well, thank you for the follow. I was like, I just typed on Twitter, I was like, I'm gonna stream in a few days. I mean, in an hour. And then I heard a very loud noise outside, and then power was out, so. No, Blendo Games is just one person, yeah. It's cool. Oh, well, I want to check that out. Oh, man. Dude, Jernicus, that would be awesome, because then I can include that. Yeah. Yeah, but no, Jernicus, my DMs are open on Twitter, so just ping me. But yeah, that's actually, then it's a good thing I didn't put out the video, because then now I can have, like, better video footage. Yeah, my DMs are open on Twitter, by the way, so if anybody wants to get in touch, it is no problemo. So we're going to do something here. Blendo Games used to be a small team. Is it? I think Brandon has had people help him, but I know it's mostly just Brandon Chung. So, because I remember, because I was talking to him at GDC, I was asking him about if he has any advice when it comes to working people, and he was like, yeah, no, sorry. But yeah, like, you know, Quadrilateral Cowboy, 30 Flights of Loving, and I think he would really like that game. Really? Who's your professor? Are you thinking Blender? Or it might just have been like on a project. So yeah, I mean, I know he's definitely collaborated with others. Caleb Blada. Which games did he work on? Yeah, I'm sure he's collaborated with others. Oh yeah, he has actually worked with Brendan. Very cool. Ah, okay, he's the, yeah, I know he's had a level designer help him, so I guess it must be Caleb then. Very cool. So let's save this. Okay. Yes, Frostcoin. It looks really cool. Keep it up, and keep us updated on the progress of that. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and generate all. Oh, really? I mean, you gotta give them credit. It is an open source engine, not engine. 3D modeling software, and it's pretty good for being open source. Also, I think I mentioned this last week, but you know, Twitch had reached out and had somebody from Twitch kind of reached out, and we had a conversation, and they're really interested in what's happening on the stream. Actually, it's very, very cool. Pretty excited. Hey, buddy cop, Budry. Is that Amir? How you doing, man? Being open source doesn't provide. Yeah, it's hard though. Yeah, it is. I think it's also tricky just coming from a different place. And who just followed me? eJunkie64. Thank you for the follow. Yes, by the way, here we have the creator of Omnibus. The bus that cannot be stopped for some weird reason. But, yeah, that is Buddy Cop. Oh, this is the portal connection data. It tells me which connection. So right now I'm trying to connect one of these portals. So this is, where's the one to World 018, right? So this is this one. This one needs to be yellow. Right, and you can see I can validate it. So now this is going to that portal. So you can kind of see how the game is connected. Right, we have World 0, you go into this hallway, you then go into the second world, you then go into another hallway, you then go into World 015, and then you go into another hallway. The sizes are kind of all over the place. How is launch? How's Omnibus launch going? And here you have like pasta tile, which then takes you to a hub. But it's a little tricky because I want to. I mean, it's not. This looks really, really linear right now, but that's not really a good representation. And yeah. To World 033. Yeah, it's been a while. Buddy Cop Budry, you guys worked with Devolver Digital, right? I saw you guys getting a lot of attention, which is great. Anyway, yeah. So Twitch is pretty excited about what's happening on this channel. TyB7, thank you for the follow, and yeah, because I guess like not a whole lot of people are using it for development just yet. And Set Fen, thank you for the follow. Alright, so basically what we want to do now is we're going to open up 041. So one of the things I'm doing is like I'm matching up all the windows to all the portals to be correct. They all have to be in the opposite orientation. And Noah Burkholder, thank you for the follow. Oh, wonderful. What, my blog? I'm also... Ah, yes. Yes, they did mention that, you know, and it was interesting because so here's one thing very interesting. You know how I didn't have the Twitch alerts for a while, right? And that was because I didn't want to, like, well, first of all, because my model for streaming was, like, Jonathan Blow. Because I didn't, like, I went to TwitchCon and there were some designers that were like, yeah, you know, if you wanna get viewers on Twitch, you have to like have all these explosions, and when people follow, there's got to be fireworks, and you have to like do a little dance when people sub. And I was like, I don't really want to do that because I don't want people watching this because I'm entertaining, but because they're interested in the game. And yeah, this will work. This will work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I guess like that part is actually pretty important to Twitch, because they were like, how come you didn't have Twitch alerts? We thought you didn't want to... Yeah, so I didn't want to do that, right? So I had a very minimalist, but I added that just so when people follow I can know. And even that, you can see it's like pretty minimal. And they were like, oh, we thought you didn't want to, like, you weren't interested in being partnered because you didn't have Twitch alerts. Like, it was very interesting how there's sort of still this very big difference between Twitch culture and game dev culture. Like, using it in a much more professional way, but they've been kind of referring a lot of people to my stream as a result to say like, hey, you know, this guy's kind of using Twitch in a different way than what we're used to, and we think it can be like something really, really great for game dev studios. And I kind of, from talking to people, I really think this is just a great way to talk about games. And I think it's better, much, much better than going to conventions. Right, major idea, but I think everybody looks at that, right? And I think with gamers, that's a lot of... that can be a very big part of it. Okay, so we are going to say, okay, this is the fine door. To remove this scene, and where is the spawn point? There we go. What the? Will you have any time to play my game in the near future? Probably not. Not until E3 is over. Because I've got 1 week to prepare, and then I'm gone for a week. Hey, Counter T. Yes, yeah, welcome. I know, and that was the thing. I think like a lot of devs, like I was talking to Twitch, and I said, you know, a lot of devs. I don't understand why more devs aren't streaming, and a lot of devs seem to think that streaming is very boring because you're just like, hey, Tucci too. A lot of devs are just like, why would anybody want to watch me work? But I think what makes it exciting is when you start when you just talk about what you're doing and explaining. Maybe it's an age thing, but there are many types of personalities. To just cater to one seems fundamentally flawed. Right? Yeah, but you know, PewDiePie is the biggest YouTube streamer, the YouTuber, and that's like, we're talking 20, 30 millions. Well, so my schedule is basically, you know, we are, yeah, like E3 is this month, and then I'm going off to Taipei Game Developers Forum, and then we're starting, we're starting beta testing, so, yeah, the thing is, I will have time, but I don't want to promise anything unless I can deliver it. So yeah. I know, I don't like streams with those, so let's see. I just want to make sure that this line is tested. Okay, yeah, see, that's broken. And hey, Raymarch. Yeah, but you know, most of the time you're working, your game is going to be unfinished. Oh, that's not sure why that looks like that got deserialized. What was the question? Would I recommend a less experienced game dev to stream to connect with the player base? Yes. Yeah, I don't quite know what you mean by less experienced. I don't think the experience would matter too much. Dude, Jernicus, thank you so much. That's gonna be awesome, because like, I was gonna keep using the same crappy iPhone pictures I took. Should I programming, or I'm not writing code, but I'm just thinking I can't do that. I mean, yeah, like, okay, so Tybee, that's definitely something I've had a problem with. Oh, yeah, not a problem. Send me a picture when you have them printed, when you have them framed. Games are unfinished when they ship, yeah. There are no finished games, there are just shipped games. Well, I guess they're finished. There are no perfect games. Oh no, wait, there are no finished games. I think that's yeah, there is definitely like backseat programming, but you just have to learn to kind of talk about that, and people will respect it. So it's just something, and you'll find that there are some activities are better suited for streaming than others. Like level design works really well. No, there are plenty of Finnish studios, man. They got a really amazing scene there. You have to ship at some point, never going to be perfect. Pretty much. Alright, so we've got this now. Well, to be fair, Manifold Garden's a nice game to look at being worked on because it's much about visuals, and Unity lets you see lots of stuff. Walls of code, and every now and then. Is your game mostly code-based? Working on build scripts doesn't make for a very compelling stream. At least that's my excuse. Maybe. You never know. You just have to try it. Because here's the thing: is I was also pretty terrified about streaming before I started. I'm not diminishing the relevance and value of that kind of persona. It's probably the easiest way to get a large audience, but something Lucas Pope said about not competing comes to mind. Why should anyone struggle to put out an entertaining persona only to be swallowed by a sea of similar approaches? Being yourself may or may not work, but at least you're being honest about it. I did not know Lucas Pope said that, but I agree 100%. No vase. I guess it's kind of pointless to watch someone else play a game you could play yourself if they were not entertaining enough, but game dev people watch for development and chat about game dev. That's why their streamers have to... Right, yes. How long? About a year ago, and my first approach was I decided, like, when I first started, I was like, you know, I'm going to stream every day. From 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and I got burned out very quickly. And the reason for that was because that was a time when I was really tired. Right, so I was kind of, a lot of time I'd be coming to the stream like pretty grumpy and stuff. Whereas now, then I took a break and started to, then I would just stream whenever I felt like it. Oh, there is already, okay. And that kind of made me, from there I sort of discovered that like hours at work, oh fuck! That's, right. This hallway system gets very confusing. 041 to 052, yeah. What was I even talking about? Oh, right. So then what I did was I kind of streamed just whenever, and I found that, like, the afternoon, you know, 3 to 5 p.m., that was a time that worked well for me. And I just kind of continued with that. So, but it definitely takes a while to find your rhythm. But here's the thing, right? You don't want to wait until your game is about to launch to start doing this. Nobody's against kind of what's it? Raymart said your game really aesthetically pleasing, so it's easier. Right? I guess there's, yeah, and some games might just be better. So I know art streams in particular are sort of how I got interested in streams. Illustrators, comic artists on live streams and Ustreams, though most have moved to Twitch nowadays. Oh, I see, yes. Yeah, I'd love to watch Lucas stream sometime. So a lot of dev works on stuff that's closed source or are not allowed to show to the public, right? I think I'll give stream a try once I get better internet. It's always been something I consider my internet is horrible. Hey, Hanged! Having such a big audience for the game already helps a lot, I'm sure. Yeah, but you know, like when I started development, right, I had no audience. So it is certainly now having an audience, it helps. Do I get, yes, a lot of people browse. You'd be surprised. There's actually quite a lot of people that just browse the creative channel. But, you know, even now when articles talk about the game, they'll be like, oh, you know, and this guy also streams. So, like, people are learning about the game and learning about the streaming together. So, yeah, I mean, in fact, I think there are several people here in the chat. I think Jernicus did not know about the game. I think he was just, you know, you have a lot of people who are like, hey, I'd like to learn about Unity or game development, And it's actually like a really great place. Like if you have a question, I would come out, like you'd come to Twitch, and you've got someone to ask. So yeah, so I'd say there's a pretty large number of people who did not know about the game before. Yes, okay, so this is World War 52. I think that is okay. This is... Yeah, Hengda, I don't think I've seen you here before, either. By the way, if you are new, feel free to introduce yourself, tell us a bit about what brings you here, what you're up to. Lots of people interested in game development, doing game development here in the chat. And if you have questions about programming or whatnot, this is a good place to ask. I can't always... I'm often not even the most knowledgeable person. Here, so, and of course we have this very wonderful setup now where most of the people I know that play this kind of game live in places with very bad internet. They can't watch streams, they buy a puzzle game and take their time. Countryside. I did not know about that, but Ray March, that's why I started doing the video updates. Oh, 3 nights in Chicago. That is, are you from Chicago? Oh, interesting. Oh, I see. You got that style. Wait, I think I might have seen this game before. Were you showing it at Indiecade East? Nah, you're from NY. Oh, cool. I was just there for... Okay, let's see. World to... Portal to World. That's it. Yeah. So we can also choose the number of which of the levels we want to show. So in this case, we are going to want this one, World 041. We got the hallways, World 041, 052, I think, yes. Current CS student and aspiring game developer. Oh, you were in the show and tell. I did not get to play it. No, I was showing a game, so I was mostly, yeah, I was mostly by my kiosk the whole time. Yeah, well, that is good to hear. I mean, and Major Idea, there are definitely days, like, even right now I'm noticing, because I've been gone since Friday, like, even just being away from this project for 2-3 days, I'm a little bit, like rusty about where everything is. Now it should be the purple. Ah, right, we forgot to connect it up here. This AC is very annoying. It's like too cold when it's on. It's too hot when it's off. Hey, Afix, how's it going? Yeah, no, that's Team Major Idea. That's why it's so important to keep the momentum. You know, I'm really happy to be working with Tom, and I think one of the things that he's really great at is he's very consistent, and that's like, you know, at the beginning of the year, that's just what I wanted, right? I didn't want to have to like keep changing schedule all the time. I just want to like keep my head down. We check in the morning, we get this done, we start crossing things off the list, come back, work, get it done, you know, and just like that's sort of the key for me as I get ready to launch, is to stay focused and stay on track. I did a good thing but a bad thing at the same time. Got hooked on Pro Builder Basic, and the good thing is I bought the Pro version. The bad part is I have to pay it off. Well, it's not too burdensome, you know, compared to a car. But yes, it is great. I'm glad to hear that. Another Pro Builder convert. Keep myself motivated by switching which parts. Yes. Yeah, taking breaks is important. Wow, this music is really good. Ed Riofer, please relax. This is a work in progress. I'm just adding things up. But yes, I did notice that portal was too long. But don't worry, man. We will fix it. There will be room for that. We are gonna set beta testing up soon. We are setting that up. We're adding in tools. So yeah. But yeah, don't worry, Ed Riofer. I saw you signed up for the beta. And by the way, for those of you that are interested, you know, there will be a forum where you will get to talk about these things. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to this stage of development, man. It's been it's a long time coming. Do I take weekends off? Okay, actually, so my favorite thing to do... hey, JW Game Dev, thank you for the follow. If I don't have deadlines, my preferred schedule is working kind of every day of the week, but I'll work like 6 days a week. Sorry, I mean like six hours a day. So what is that? 640. It ends up being 42. I mean, I realistically, I probably do more like 8 hours a day or something. But yeah, if it was like kind of like a more chilled schedule, because what that means is you can. I think a lot of stuff, it's not totally helpful to kind of approach them like. It's like sleeping, you know, it's not like you can go a whole week without sleeping and then sleep 14, 20 hours a day. Like, that doesn't make sense. Hey, RK Sanders. But the nice thing is I like working on the weekends where it's more just like I don't give myself a lot of pressure. You know, if I need to take time off, then I take time off. you know, or I can kind of work without having to be like, I need to get this to Tom right away. Yes, the Doctor Strange trailer. Actually, we were joking that that is the Manifold Garden movie, and not normally a big fan of superhero movies. I think they've, I think we've just about exhausted them at this point. But that one, I was like, okay, I gotta go see that in theaters. It kind of reminded me of Inception. So. But yeah, JW Game Dev, how did you find out about the stream? What the fuck? What the hell? Okay, so this is... The purple is really bad. I can't see anything here. Ugh. Say your game on Itch Refinery. Saw some people retweet you on Twitter. Thought you game... Well, wonderful. Thanks for checking it out. Yeah. Work full-time on a job and then working on the project at night and on weekends. Not fun. Hey, Noah Burkholder. How do you folks avoid tunnel vision when building a game? Playtest, Noah. I think the key is to playtest often. I know a lot of devs, I talked to them and they've been working on their game for like a year and a half and they tell me they've had like a dozen people playtest. The intro of my game, I've had 1,000 people playtest at this point, right? And I go to shows and I talk to see people. That was a tool that the last programmer made. So... I mean, yeah, it's just a Unity plugin. Ten times faster and thinking clearly. This is not asset that we bought. It was just like custom. It was actually custom made. Oh, this place is awful. Is that from my place? That might be from... Listening to music makes you want to play your game on the photo mode and just... Yeah, that's actually a big part. I mean, I was talking to an architecture critic this weekend. Okay, and that was one of the things we discussed is like, I want that weird rendering style. It is Minecraft. Have I any thoughts on how the portals will work? Fixed distance for everyone, or doing something such as making a portal last until the scene is loaded? No, we changed the distance. I can set the distance for each one, and it is, yeah, you have to get close enough. So like, that's kind of, you can see right now that the portal is white. Right? It doesn't show up until a little bit in. Which is a problem. Alright, so this section has to connect back into this world, so you can see where we've got ourselves a bit of a loop. Right, this is now... Oh god, this is gonna be such a fucking nightmare. Should there be a button on the other side of the door to close it after you've gone through? Also make the other side of the door different to the first one so it's clear the player won't be traveling backwards into a previous level. Okay, major idea. I will see you later. Thanks for stopping by. You know, I've not played Mario 64. Can you send me the a link to that, by the way, if they have like stairs? No. We just have a lot of portals that we have to connect, so it's just like it's just tricky. I'm kind of getting into that. I'm kind of like, so previously in the early part of the game it was very linear, right? So it's like I have this world, this portal, that world, that portal, and now it's kind of come back into the place like I've got this level is called Hub Mini, and there's a bunch of levels that loop back around. So it's just nothing is incorrectly connected. I'm just trying to sort out the mess of things. It's just sort of like, I don't know if when you build your computer and you have all those wires, that's kind of what it's like right now, where I'm just dealing with a whole bunch of things. Yeah, that's a very long tunnel. But see, like, here's like an interesting thing with this, right? Which is that like that doesn't look as cool because I'm already looking down this long hallway, so that's not a whole lot of contrast. It's too long. So I'm just making sure that the levels I have intended, they are. And, okay, let's think about how we want this level to progress. Hey, the Zaruna! And the Gargoyle. That is great. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back with the new identity. Your Twitch name is your Twitter handle. That's always good. Yeah. A lot of these sites don't let you change usernames. I don't know why. Okay, so... I wish there was a note. There was a plugin that let you add notes to this. Yes, if you just Google Noah Burkholder, it depends on what kind of shaders. If you're doing like, Starseed Pilgrim's a big influence, definitely. Well, at least you still have a system and can continue, so that's all good. Yeah, that's a good one, the one that Garrett Polk posted, because that, if that's a guy... I think this is the Japanese guy that works with Unity, but, oh no, it's not, it's different. But yeah, looking at Unity's, like, shader and trying to go backwards from there is also helpful. I wish there was a way to leave notes on this, man. Maybe we'll just do it to Trello. I've not played I've not played that game. Okay, so from here I want the player to learn how to use water. Time I really want to go through making shaders correctly. The school final project almost done, then I can focus on research for a while. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, sometimes those constraints they are what help you get started. I mean they help kind of lead to more creative ideas. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, this game is definitely getting to the point where it's like too big for me to kind of keep everything in my head. Oh, man. Okay. Oh man, guys, we should start keeping a wiki. I wonder if there's like, since we get these questions so much, just like a list of resources that people find to be helpful. man. Okay, so from World 041, we are. Oh yeah, actually, this is really good. I can just save it in here. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's a really interesting way of doing it. Yes. Which one are you talking about? Is this a tool that does, not so much, because I need it for the level. I mean, it looks pretty good. This actually looks pretty good. Huh. Let's see here. Okay, so like in this one, you go into World 018, that's where you come from. World 033. I can't fucking read this, like, Yeah, oh man, I can't read this. Okay, so yeah, this is so we are going to have to name it. Water teaching puzzle, so it's 053. Ay, ay, ay. This is going to be very interesting because wow. Okay. Alright guys, I am going to wrap up the stream here because I want to finish up that video today. I need to get it out tomorrow. Jernicus, if you're still on, thank you for the videos. I will check those out. But yeah, we will resume regular streaming tomorrow. So this week, normal streaming. Hopefully power doesn't go out. And next week, though, on Sunday, I'll be traveling to LA for E3. And then I'll actually be going straight there to Indie PopCon. So this week we'll have streaming, but the week after there's not going to be any streaming. So, but hopefully we'll have lots of great stuff at E3. I'm already meeting with some YouTubers. Yes, I'm going to be super busy. Hey, Tifer, thank you for the follow. We're just about to close up the stream now. Let's see if there's anyone else I should... Cool. Well, I think Starlight Skies. I'm going to host Starlight Skies. So we'll wrap up the stream here. I will be at E3 live. What do you mean? Am I going to be streaming or am I going to be here? Awesome. Awesome. Well, that's awesome. And I will see you guys later. All right. Have a good one. Happy Monday, everybody. Bye-bye.